Oh, hi guys. Not sure quite how this is. Hopefully it's all good. And like obviously I get it if like there's people not gonna come and chat, but this is not about gaining people or viewers or anything like that in the chat at all. Basically what it is I want to actually bring your attention to something. It's only blackcurrant squash. It's not red wine. I wish. And now a lot of you have been actually asking about my mental health, that kind of thing. And I think it's just really about time that I sort of put myself out there, explain, my mental health isn't great, hence the title of the video, just to sort of explain it a bit more. Excuse me. But there's something that's been brought to my attention this evening. And I ain't one of these people that's going to go fancy dancy, flipping screens and God knows what. I'm just, I'm me. I'm going to put it out there, right? I came across something. Maybe I shouldn't have come across it, but it was like a lead or something led me to it, to be quite honest. See if I can put a link in the side chat. I don't know if I can. Yes, it looks like I can. Now this video link that I put in the side chat here, if you get a chance, please help me and help my friend. Because the woman I've actually put in the side chat here, she is a notorious, utter, complete fantasist and liar. And she seems to think that it's okay for her to try and drag people like me and my friend down. In the video, if you read the transcript as well as you follow along, because, hi Stitch, hi Origin, nice of you to drop in, guys. But yeah, like I was saying, if you click the link which I've put in the side chat there, it kind of explains it all. What this woman is actually like. She's a transgender, male to female, but she thinks that the whole world has got to revolve around her. She's the reason that I got kicked out of my friend's road. And this was going way back to 2019. I got first kicked out. And oh gosh, what was I going to say? She said that I was making some transphobic remarks, that kind of thing. It's a load of nonsense, to be honest. I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't even referring to her, but she said I called her a fucking tranny. Sorry, YouTube. I swore just then, should we say. I do apologise. I shouldn't have done that. And this woman, she's continuously, I mean, how many YouTube accounts would you say is reasonable? This woman seems to have about 30. It's like every email address she sets up to slag someone off, to make fun of someone. You know, she just does it for the sheer hell of it, just because she thinks she can. But, you know, people like that, there's no need for it. Like I said, she was nasty and whatnot. She said I called her all these things. I got taken to court, got restraining orders put on me for nothing, and so forth. You know. Origin, I got to agree with you. She is so sad. And referencing back to that video that I pinned, two people, right, because these two individuals seem to come from my friend's block, right, and then went looking round her motorcycle, she alleges, she thinks that it's suspicious and it's something to do with him and me. She actually mentions his name in the video and then making references to me, saying that, you know, maybe I've got something to do with it. I've got nothing to do with it. It's the first time I've actually come across this video. You know, but because she's mentioned my friend's name, that I think it falls into slander. I'm not going to say it is or it isn't. It's either slander or defamation. I have to check that. But like I said, she's a loser. That's about the best thing I can call her, is a loser. You know? And she, like I say, she's the reason, pretty much, she is the reason my mental health is as good as shot to pieces, because she just won't leave me alone. She, every 5 seconds, like, you know, she's making some kind of complaint against me. I get the police come, like, wanting to kick down my door half the time because she's made an allegation against me or an allegation against my friend. And, you know, that kind of thing. But I can't, I honestly cannot understand people like that. And by me sort of talking to you guys here now, this is me just trying to say, look, you know, I'm reaching out, letting you guys know what's going on, just in case anything does happen to me. Because there's something else that I'll sort of get onto in a little while. Another reason why my mental health is screwed. God, it's gone out of my head what I was going to say now. Sometimes I get like that. But yeah, as I was actually sort of saying, and I keep going back on myself, I apologise. It's the way I am, you know. Can't help it. So this woman, woman, I mean, what do you want to call it, really? Because she wants to be identified as a woman. She reckons she's had all these surgery and everything. Given maybe she has, I don't know, I don't care. But she doesn't dress like a woman. She doesn't act like a woman. She doesn't even sound like a woman. And things like that. You know, I mean, what woman And you can laugh about this, but what woman goes around wearing men's Calvin Klein underwear? I mean, that to me just says, whoa, hold on a minute. She doesn't know she's confused.com. I think she is, but there you go. Well, I haven't got anything against trans people, because one of my closest friends is a transgender male to female, and they came out to me as trans about 22 years ago. And I said to her, now, should we say, I said, look, I don't care how you want to identify, if you want to identify as a man, woman, whatever, as long as you're a decent, genuine, kind-hearted person to me and respect me for who I am, I respect you for who you are. And yeah, I don't know if you can hear it, or I've got it not on speaker, but I thought I'd let the police know that this person is actually kind of slagging me and my friend off. Probably nothing they can do about it, but because it's an ongoing record of harassment and everything else, and I've actually downloaded the video as well, it's better for the police to actually be able to see it, cast their own judgment, and go from there. But yeah, the police aren't my friends. Hence the name of the channel, Craft Stuff and Police Corruption. Which gets me onto something else. And it sort of ties in with this person. I've given you the background a bit, like what she's like and everything else, but now I'm going to bring you a bit more up to speed in that on the 7th of September, I got hold of a document that I went and actually I was dubious about it, because although I paid for this document, and I'd actually paid like 75 quid to this, what I thought was a legal website, could deal with injunctions and restraining orders and that kind of thing, civil restraining orders. But what got me was when I received this document, it did not have the seal of approval from a court on it. So I went and, I thought I was being diligent and careful. I went and actually spoke to the police about it. And the officer I spoke to, if you can really call her that, Inspector Jane Childs of Southend Police. Yep, I've said her name. Jane Childs from Southend Police. The one who, back in July, threatened me when I was allowed to go and see my friend at his place, threatened me outright that she could arrest me for anything she wanted, and she would find something to arrest me for. I actually uploaded that video to YouTube. That was captured on body camera and everything else. I actually uploaded that whole interaction. It just happened to be on the 7th of September, the only person the front office went and got, because they were having their little like sort of thingy, like shindig, basically, where like open day thing. And front office only went and got her. And she was a bit pushy, a bit snarky, that kind of thing. I presented her with the injunction order that I was a bit wary of. And I said, look, I said, I don't know if you've received a copy of this or not. I want to query its legitimacy because I'm not sure if it's legit or it isn't, because it's missing something I think is vital, the seal of approval. And she told me to sit tight in the front office. So I did. But while I was waiting for her, I began to feel increasingly unwell. Now, bearing in mind I've got a heart problem as well, and my heart rate tends to do whatever it wants to do. Like, it goes right up high to like 150 beats, 160 beats a minute sometimes. I can't stop that. That's something that the cardiac chest unit are dealing with at the moment. My friend, who was with me, he ended up taking me from the police station to the hospital. But we told this Inspector Childs I had to go to the hospital. I didn't feel at all well. I felt faint. I was sweating. God knows what, basically. So I got taken to the hospital, like you do, by my friend. And the hospital actually gave me proof to say that I've been to the hospital, been seen, that kind of thing. Which I thought, be all and end all of it. Didn't think any more of it. Roll on to Monday, the 9th of September. And I was at my friend's. I was helping him with some paperwork, that kind of thing. When about 10 o'clock in the morning, I think it's about 10 o'clock, 30-odd police officers are knocking at his door. And we're thinking, well, hang on a minute, what's going on here? So, rather than having the door kicked in, he lets them in. And it turns out that they've been sent by this Inspector Childs to arrest both him and I for fraud. And they're saying that the injunction document that was produced to the police station on the preceding Saturday, the 7th, was indeed fake. And they thought that me or my friend, one of us, had created this document. So they arrested us both, took us both to the police station. And now this is where you're going to get really, 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 and, really sort of thinking, what the heck, right? Because they took us to the police station and they booked us in and whatever. But rather than taking our property when we were inside the property, no, they decided to really, 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 really fudge it up on both counts. Because they entered our properties, they've taken loads of stuff off of both of us, like computer equipment, phones, you name it, that kind of thing, right? But, however, they left vital things, of which, if either of us were actually responsible for producing this document, they really should have taken. And Whereas with me, they took, say, my laptops, my NAS drive, USB sticks, phones, you know, that kind of thing, right? Let me just show you something. What they didn't take, where if I was a sneaky little bee and creating these sort of documents, they really should have taken iMac, there. Computer, there. Although it doesn't work, but they should still really could have taken it. Right? Several hard drives they didn't take. And they never took things like the tablet, which was in the drawer that they looked in, believe it or not, to get the USB sticks. They never took $15 M2 cards, all with data on them. And they didn't actually even take, would you believe, right? Would you believe they didn't take the 40-odd memory cards that I've got in this drawer here that are they're not opened. Well, most of them aren't opened. A couple of them are, but the reason I've not opened them is because they are fake. And that's why they're not being used. You know? And there was other bits and pieces that they didn't take as well, which I really, really should have. And they really could have taken, if they really want to go down that route and be complete weirdos, my body camera, which they could have taken out of my bag. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know. I've gone. Yeah, that's better. Sorry about that, guys. It just seemed to, like, you know, get a bit wallies because hold on my body camera. But that, anything could be stored on a memory card inside this. And yet, they didn't do anything with it. They didn't take it out of my bag or anything. But what they did take was my iPhone 12, which like, had all my diabetes monitoring apps on it and that, because I am a diabetic. I'm type 2. I've got the Dexcom sensor, which effectively is supposed to connect to a phone app. But now, because they took my phone with the app on it, I didn't get nowhere. I've now got a little monitor thing, a receiver thing, that it's pointless having that. But yeah, so all this because of one person who's had it in for me and my friend for the last 6-7 years, roughly, since my friend moved in next door. You know, And she'd just been a complete and utter anus, should we say. Yeah, sorry about that. It was a text message that just came. But yeah, I ended up in the mental health unit at Basildon Hospital because somebody reported me. I think it was my upstairs neighbour. He's a Burke up there. I think it's my upstairs neighbour. Sort of got a kick from basically, saying he thought he heard me crying and screaming and God knows what. So I was in bed. Next thing I know, there's police and ambulance have kicked my door in and got access to me because someone's reported something. And they dragged me off pretty much like against my will down to Basildon Mental Health Unit. And I was sat there from about 3 o'clock in the morning until about 11 in the morning before they said, "Oh no, we think you're okay, Janine, but just, you're really stressed." Because I told them everything like I've told you. And they said, you do need mental health intervention, and so forth. But you also need to be able to be allowed to relax, to not be so stressed out. That kind of thing. I said, yeah, I know. But it's not going to happen. Sorry, I'm just looking at the cat who's giving me some strange looks. Gonna come say hello, Rosie? Come on. Yeah. Come say hello. Come on. Come say hello to Mummy's friends. Look. He's not a very cuddly cat, but meet Rosie. All right, baby. All right, don't want to cuddle. Okay, go on in. You want some dreamies? I do apologise for the squeaky chair. It is old and it's ripped apart, but you know what? It's comfy. But yeah, I've been on for about half an hour now. Anyone got anything you want to say? I think I've pretty much explained myself, that kind of thing. I haven't figured out yet how to get things like StreamYard working with YouTube or anything. That's to come when I finally actually get around to installing all the podcasting equipment I've bought. Yeah, and just like been waiting to speak to someone for 45 minutes so far, and it looks like I've got a long wait ahead of me yet. Please do not hang up. Yeah, like I've got all night to wait, yeah? Okay, thank you very much. I mean, yeah. It's just about figures for the police, doesn't it? Don't take anything seriously anymore, do they? But I don't think you guys really want to listen to a ringing phone with the odd announcement kind of thing. So I'm going to shoot. It's been nice talking to you guys. Have fun. Stay safe. As other people say, don't go anywhere without a camera, because you never know what's going to happen these days. Film the police and any other corrupt authorities. And feel free to share it to me, and I will make the police famous, should we say. And on that note, tally-o, guys. Bye for now.